My child, listen carefully. This is not just a message, it is a moment suspended between heaven and earth, a whisper through time meant to reach the deepest chambers of your soul. Do not treat this as coincidence. Do not look away. For there is something happening right now, behind your back, under the veil of secrecy and dishonor. Someone, yes, someone you may have once trusted, is attempting to take what is rightfully yours. They are walking in shadows, and their hands are not clean. They are stealing your property, and they have already spoken to a lawyer about it. You were never meant to find this message by accident. You were guided here because heaven is still protecting you, because heaven sees what is being done in hidden places. What you cannot see, the eyes of the Lord have already seen. But they whispered in secret meetings, what they drafted in documents, what they tried to hide under fake agreements, everything is now being revealed. You must sit down and let your spirit fully receive what is being said. They have gone to a lawyer. They have created a plan. There are papers being drawn, signatures being forged, intentions being twisted into lies. You trusted them, maybe it was family, maybe a friend, maybe someone who once smiled at you with false light in their eyes, but they have betrayed you. And not just in a human way, but in a spiritual way. They are trying to rob you not just of land or house or property, but of the blessings God ordained for you. They are trying to rewrite what God has written. You need to know this, even though they plot, even though they gather in secret and whisper in corners, you are not alone. You are not without protection. This message is divine intervention. This is the moment God breaks through their plan with revelation. This is the moment light exposes the darkness. They spoke to the lawyer 3 times. And each time, their intention became clearer to remove your name from what is yours. To claim it as their own. To convince the law to bend toward their deception. But their deception cannot stand against the truth of God. There is a voice louder than any lie, and that voice is speaking now, through these words. That voice is telling you, be still and know that I am God. But be wise, for the enemy is not resting. You are not imagining things. That dream you had, that feeling in your chest, that unease you've been carrying, it was the Holy Spirit warning you. It was not paranoia. It was divine intuition. It was heaven trying to reach you before they finalize what they are doing. They thought you would be distracted. They thought your silence was weakness. But heaven is lifting the veil now. Every hidden intention is being exposed. There is a man with papers in his hand. He has a suit on. He has met the person who is trying to take your land. He has told them how to change the name. He has told them what loophole to use. But what he doesn't know is that the Spirit of God is watching him. That the angel of justice has now been released. But every move they make will now be countered by divine intervention. My child, do not panic, but do not be passive. There is action you must take. You must pray, yes. But you must also open your eyes and look closer. We visit the documents. Look into the land records. Ask the questions you were too tired to ask before. The one stealing from you has confidence now, but their confidence is built on lies. One righteous step from you will unravel their entire web. They are planning to meet again. Very soon. In less than 2 weeks, they believe you are unaware. They are rushing because they think time is their ally. But heaven controls time, and time is shifting in your favor. There is a pause being orchestrated, a delay in their proceedings. Not because of luck, but because of divine justice stepping in. Do you remember the conversation you overheard and dismissed? The one that made your spirit uneasy? That was not random. It was a divine warning. Go back to that moment. Revisit that memory. You will realize something now that you didn't see then. And my child, the one who is doing this to you is someone close. Someone who has laughed with you. Someone who once called you family. Their heart has been twisted by greed. Their mind has been seduced by promises. They are being used by a darker force, one that knows your destiny and is terrified of it. Because this is not just about property. This is about your future. This is about your inheritance. This is about the promise God gave you long ago. The land, the house, the legacy, it is tied to something spiritual. And the enemy wants to steal it, not just to harm you, but to block what God is about to do through you. There is a child in your family line who will grow up to do something great on that land. There is a promise attached to that soil. There is healing meant to come through that place. And the enemy is trying to intercept it now. That is why this message is urgent. That is why heaven has sent it. My child, your prayers are working. Even when you feel nothing, your prayers are moving mountains. Those are standing around your home. One angel is assigned to stand at the gate where the thief thought he would enter. Another angel has been assigned to confuse the mind of the lawyer, to make him forget a key clause, to make him hesitate. Divine confusion is being released upon those who plot against you. But you must stay alert. You must not go back to sleep spiritually. Wake up. Watch. Fast. Seek the face of God in this hour. Because this is a spiritual battle dressed as a legal issue. And spiritual battles are not won with lawyers. They are won with obedience, discernment, and prayer. They are preparing a false statement. But truth will always expose the lie. Truth has weight. And the truth is now working in your favor. But heaven needs your agreement. Think aloud. I agree with heaven's justice. I reclaim what is mine. No plot formed against me shall prosper. Someone tried to convince others that you don't care about this land. That you abandoned it. That you won't notice. But your silence is not absence. It is the patience of the righteous. And that patience is now turning into power. Do you know what heaven just showed me? There is a dream you had, maybe weeks or months ago. A dream of someone walking away with a key, or stealing something and locking a door behind them. That was not just a dream. That was prophetic. That was heaven showing you what was coming. You thought it was strange. You thought it was meaningless. But it was your warning. And now here you are, receiving this message. That is not coincidence. That is divine alignment. That is mercy. That is grace. That is God refusing to let you be robbed in silence. Yes, you are tired. Yes, you've been through betrayal before. But this time is different. Because this time, heaven has interrupted their plot before it was completed. There will be signs. Watch closely. A bird will sit on your window one morning and not move for several minutes. That will be a confirmation. A phone call will come from an unexpected number. Listen carefully to what is said, because there will be a hidden clue. Someone you haven't heard from in a long time will mention a detail that unlocks something for you. You will not lose what God has given you. You will not be defeated by deception. You will not be left empty-handed. The inheritance will return to your hands. But you must move wisely. The next 10 days are crucial. Heaven will guide every step, but you must be alert. They thought they would gain from your loss. But God is turning the table. What they meant for harm, God will use for testimony. They will see you stand in victory. They will be forced to confess. They will be exposed, not because you fought them with rage, but because you stood in righteousness. Let this be your moment of awakening. Let this be the hour you stand and say, not this time, not my inheritance, not my promise, because heaven has decided to restore. Heaven has decided to speak. God says, I have seen what they are doing. I have heard the conversations. I have seen the contracts they are drafting. I know the lawyer. I know the signature. And I say this, no hand shall take what I have given to my child. No scheme shall prosper. I will fight for you. But you must rise. You must trust me. You must not look away. You must act. This is the message for you. This is the day you needed to hear it. Everything hidden is coming into the light. Your property will not be stolen. The inheritance will not be erased. You are not too late. You are right on time. Heaven has seen everything, and now heaven moves on your behalf. Stay close to God. Do not retaliate in hate. Respond in wisdom. Do not fall into fear. Stand in faith. For the one who walks with God is never outnumbered. And the one who receives a warning from heaven will never be overtaken by surprise. They tried to steal from you. But now they must face the justice of the one who never sleeps. Open your eyes. Watch the signs. And reclaim what is yours. The time is now. This message for you. Sit still for a moment. Close the door behind you. And let your spirit be still before these words. For something has been trying to reach you through whispers in your dreams, through the unsettled feelings when you walk past that house, through the flicker of the lights when you pass by. Yes, something that you haven't dared to speak about, but your soul has known all along. Angel says you are in serious danger because of your neighbor. Hear this right now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Not after you brush it aside again. Now. Listen. Because this is not just a warning, it's a revelation. One that heaven has waited to bring to your ears until the exact moment your heart was ready. And now, you are ready. This is why you couldn't sleep last night. This is why the silence felt loud. This is why you felt watched when you looked out the window. Someone nearby, closer than you think, has buried something against you. This message isn't to scare you. It is to awaken you. God will be with you, assured, nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. But even safety comes after wisdom, and wisdom comes after hearing the truth. What you must know is that someone living within a few steps of your house has been weaving threads of jealousy, bitterness, and secret action. And the reason it has come to this? Because they see something rising in you that they could never accept. They see light where they chose shadow. They see your divine favor. Your unexplainable peace. The joy you carry in spite of what you've been through. They heard the way you sang last Tuesday, even if you thought no one noticed. They saw you smile when your heart was broken and wondered how. And instead of bowing and learning from it, they began to plot. But listen again, this is not the end of your story. This is not even the middle. This is the beginning of your elevation. As God says, they thought you were easy to trap, easy to curse, easy to stop. But heaven has already released a counterplan. A greater light. A covering. Yes, while they watched with small eyes and smaller hearts, God sent an angel to stand between their curses and your calling. There are things being stirred in the spirit even now as you read. You weren't meant to see this by accident. You were meant to read this so that you'd begin to pray the way your grandmother once did. With oil in your hand. With fire in your lungs. With discernment in your bones. Because even though you're safe, truly safe, heaven still needs your agreement. You must say yes to your own protection. You must speak the words that unlock it. Angel Michael stood by your bedside last night. He whispered, but your heart only caught a part of it. You thought it was just a dream, but that wasn't your mind. It was your soul receiving divine data. He came to deliver this truth, that your neighbor, the one who always smiles a little too late, or watches without blinking, or offers help when it was never asked, is not who they appear to be. They have aligned themselves with something dark and worse, they've involved one other. This is not just one soul acting alone. It is two. Possibly three. But they are united by one emotion, envy. Envy is a dangerous root, and when watered with silence, it grows vines that stretch into your sleep, your joy, your opportunities. They may not have said your name aloud when they worked against you, but God heard it in their hearts. And the angels have recorded everything. There is not a whisper they've made that heaven hasn't caught. There is not a stare they gave you that wasn't returned with divine scrutiny. And yet, you are safe. Let your heart return to that. You are covered. But that doesn't mean God wants you to stay blind. He is not only your protector, he is your revealer. And now is the time of revelation. Something happened recently in your home, you misplaced an item. Or perhaps something fell unexpectedly. A light bulb burst. A glass cracked. A pet began acting differently. These were not just coincidences. These were gentle nudges from the Spirit, warnings cloaked in daily details. God has been trying to get your attention. Not to make you afraid, but to make you awake. You see, the plans that were formed against you started small. A spoken word. A passive look. A silent wish that your blessings would slow down. But the thing about silent curses is that if they go unnoticed, they begin to take root. And one of them almost did. One of them almost entered your atmosphere. But it was blocked by the power of your prayers, by the intercession of one grandmother who already passed but still prays for you, by the cry you made in your weakest moment when you said, "God, please don't leave me." That cry. It shattered a dark glass being prepared in secret. That cry made a demon drop the paper that had your name written on it. And yet, they are still watching. They will pretend they care. They will send you small gifts. They will mention things you never told them to let you know they're listening. They may even ask strange questions. But listen to this, the moment you begin to pray with intention, they will flinch. Watch their face. Watch how their tone shifts when you say, "God bless this home." Watch how their body tenses when you anoint your front door with oil. These are signs. And these signs will speak louder than anything they could ever say with their mouths. You are not called to live in suspicion, but you are called to walk in wisdom. Someone once said your light was too loud for this neighborhood. They were right. Your destiny doesn't fit the environment. You have been outgrowing the street you live on, spiritually, for months. And that's why resistance has come. You've been praying for elevation. But elevation always shakes the ground first. The shifting you feel around you isn't to destroy you, it's to lift you. But before God lifts you, He always reveals what tried to trap you. This is your moment of revelation. Don't ignore it. Don't sweep it away like dust beneath the rug. Don't say, "I'm just imagining things," when your spirit is screaming otherwise. Begin to pray specifically. Bless your windows. Speak over your pillow. Eat your shoes. Command peace over your gate. These small things will confuse the watchers. They will wonder why their plans are unraveling. They will accuse one another in secret. Because the chain is breaking. Yes, child, the chain is breaking. What they did last month was the final attempt. The spilled salt. The strange scent near your door. The repeated dreams. The sudden tiredness for no reason. These weren't just natural occurrences, but they were intercepted. Now is your moment to rise in the power God already placed within you. You don't need to fight. Just stand. Just declare. Just believe. You have more angels surrounding you than people plotting against you. You have more light around you than darkness pretending to smile beside you. And the angel said, "This child is protected. This child is shielded. But this child must listen. You've been asking for a sign. This message is your sign. You've been wondering if that person near you truly meant the things they said. They didn't. Their heart said otherwise. But you don't need revenge. You need revelation. And now you have it. So move wisely. Walk carefully. Speak less to them. Speak more to God. The truth doesn't need to be proven when heaven already knows it. They will expose themselves soon. There will be a mistake. A slip of the tongue. A message not meant for you will be sent to you. And when it happens, you will remember this word. You will remember that God told you in advance, not to shame them, but to strengthen you. Because you are stepping into the next dimension of your calling. And no neighbor's jealousy can enter with you. Your time in that place is nearing its end. Your spirit is ready for movement. God is preparing a door. A relocation. A shifting. And you must be prepared to say yes, even if it's uncomfortable. Even if you've grown used to the walls you're in. There is a better space for you. Safer. Career. And it's not far. But for now, pray like never before. Fast if you can. Speak life into your rooms. Speak fire over your roof. Clean your house with prayer. And watch what breaks. Because something will break. Something they set against you will return to them sevenfold. But it won't harm you. It will humble them. You will rise from this. You will shine harder after this. And soon, very soon, the same neighbor will no longer be able to look you in the eye. Not because you cursed them, but because God covered you. Remember this message. Save it. Reread it. Because this is not just words. This is a spiritual mirror. A spiritual alarm. And now that you've heard it, things will begin to shift. Don't be surprised when peace returns to your room. Don't be surprised when joy rises unexpectedly. Don't be surprised when they begin to avoid you. The presence you carry now is greater. You are not alone. You are safe. You are covered. Just trust God and pray to Him. All will be well. Because He has already seen what they tried. And He has already declared, it will not stand. It will not succeed. My child is mine. Amen.